to our CACC contest. As Division II student athletes, we promote good sportsmanship and a positive game environment at all of our contests. We expect that you, as spectators, will do the same. We request that you cooperate and support participants, coaches, officials, and fellow spectators in a positive and mature manner. We encourage you to enthusiastically support your team. However, please refrain from using profanity, racial, ethnic, or sexual comments, or any other inappropriate behavior, including the consumption or possession of alcohol and tobacco, because it will not be tolerated and is grounds for removal from this event. Thank you for your support and enjoy the game.
Good afternoon, fans, and welcome to the Drummer Center for this conference matchup featuring the visiting Purple Knights of the University of Bridgeport and your post-University Eagles men's basketball team. Here are the starting lineups first for the visiting Purple Knights. At forward, a 6'7" junior from Boston, Massachusetts, number 2, Shedrack Ekanjula. At guard, a 6'3" sophomore from Bridgeport, Connecticut, number 3, Jaden Palmer. At guard, a 5'10" freshman from London, South Carolina, number 8, John Dash Jr. At guard, a 6'7" junior from Bridgeport, Connecticut, number 11, Zay Sullivan. And at forward, a 6'6" graduate student from Laurel, Maryland, number 22, Jason Anapai. Purple Knights are led by head coach Front Sonati in his 4th year. Assistant coaches Greg Lanston, Troy Bentley, and Jerry Washington. And now the starting lineup for your post-University Eagles. At forward, a 6'6" graduate student from Glengarden, Maryland, number 2, Derek Thomas II. At guard, a 6'2" senior from Maryland, Connecticut, number 4, Trey Duncan. At guard, a 6'4" junior from Waterbury, Connecticut, number 12, Zion Latz. At forward, a 6'7" junior from Manchester, New Hampshire, number 14, Dan Cook. And at guard, a 6' junior from Brockton, Massachusetts, number 21, Taquan Williams.
And we are back in the Drummer Center for Game 2 of our doubleheader as the men's portion of Bridgeport Post-University kickoff here in just a moment. And it's a rematch of last year's CACC championship game. To set the scene, Post is 6-1 in the last 7 meetings against Bridgeport. The one loss, the big one, in last year's championship game. Now these two teams face off here in Post's house and look to rewrite that script. The Eagles come in 11-8, 7-4 in conference as the Purple Knights right behind them 6-5 in conference. Cody Schaffel, Mike Puglio here. And Mike, Bridgeport wins the tip. What you got on them?
So for Bridgeport, I got one player to watch for you. His name is Isaiah Sullivan, junior guard, averages 17.8 points per game.
And here he is with the three-point ball. It's going to be loose, and Zay Sullivan's going to pick it up again. Second effort is up, and this one is money.
Yeah, 2 early shots for the player to watch.
Here's the starters for both teams. Bridgeport, Shedrack Macanjola. It's going to be Jaden Palmer, John Dash, Zay Sullivan, and Jason Idopai in your starting lineup. It's Derek Thomas II, Trey Duncan who knocks down the tray ball here, Zion Lott, Denga Cook, and Taquan Williams. Both teams going with pressure to begin and post-pressure winning out early on.
Yeah, it kind of reminds you of the women's game, right? An early turnover there for Bridgeport. Trey Duncan hits his first shot of the day. You love to see that.
Yep, Duncan 41% from 3. He'll hit it. Williams to a Cook into the corner. Zion Lott, he can shoot it as well, and he is nothing but net. 2 quick threes for Post.
Yeah, Post loves to shoot that 3 ball. They're first in attempts in the conference, 3rd in 3-point percentage.
And Zion Lott, quick 2 as Bridgeport having trouble breaking this press and subsequent trap.
You could feel the energy that Post is playing with to start this game.
Up ahead, and an easy 2 for Macanjola. It was a 75-68 win for Post on December the 3rd at Bridgeport. Again, have really handled the Purple Knights in the last few meetings. It's just that championship game that they lost, which is the big sticking out point. A streak of 5 in a row that Bridgeport snapped against Post in that championship game. Bridgeport kind of going as the underdog all the way throughout. Post, I think, came in that tournament second or third in seeding.
Yeah, and although Post beat them earlier this year, I'm sure they're not over that loss. You've got 7 returners from last year's squad for this Post team.
Palmer with the 3 is off. Williams, he zips it. A Cook. Williams relocates to the corner. He'll go to the rack, and Hang can't hit. Paye with the good defense. 3-pointer on the way as both teams going quick. John Dash Jr. misses. Lott coast to coast. And Williams stripped.
Good hands there.
Paye up ahead to Sullivan.
Back-to-back great defensive plays for him.
There's Sullivan. Isolation scoring 18 points per game.
You can feel the energy in this one early.
Yeah, both teams going after it. Wasting no time getting into things here. Again, a win here for Bridgeport would be big. They are sitting right behind Post in conference. Post sitting at the 3rd spot where they were projected to finish. Looking for at least one home playoff game. On the floor, loose. Duncan on top of it. Paye on top of him. And they take a bit to call it. And everybody coming in for Bridgeport as they will do a hockey-esque shift.
How about that? You don't see that too often.
Upchurch is in. Jason Handy. You know what else you don't see? Basketball numbers that go past 5. So fun facts forever. If you look at the greats or most basketball teams don't have a jersey number that has a digit over 5 on it. You know the reason for that?
I don't.
College basketball, when you say a foul, you only have 5 digits on one hand. So they only gave you up to 5 to choose from. This is the first time ever I've called a basketball game where a player has a 9 on his chest.
Yeah, well, I thought seeing 44 was a little interesting.
Yeah, but that's still single digits on both.
Yeah.
It's an interesting little thing. I didn't know they were allowed to do it, honestly. Again, Jason Hardy, John Dash wears 8. Gabe Franklin wears 6. You have a couple of instances of single digits that go over 5. And it's going to be a 30-second timeout early for Bridgeport as Crunch Sonati is going to take the timeout. And we'll take it with you. 16-37, 11-7. Post with the lead. So an early timeout, and to be frank, 3 turnovers and allowing Post to shoot 4 of 5, 3 of 3 from 3 early up, and Bridgeport take the first timeout. What do you need to see better from them to the first 4?
They just got to, it's interesting because they weren't playing too poorly, and now they got this whole new squad, and are they going to play the same way? Is it a different style? It'll be interesting to learn about this team as we go.
Jaheim Tyson had it in the post, passed it out. 3-point ball on the way. Tyrell Staples Santos is going to knock it down and bring this to a 1-point game.
It'll be the first 3-pointer of the day for Bridgeport.
Derek Thomas the second. And it's going to be a foul, number 4, Gabe Charleston, who transferred in from Christian Brothers University from Cromwell, Connecticut, where I spent the first half of my day at work in Cromwell.
These teams are very handsy right now. See how much the refs let him play.
Yep, Charleston in Lott's grill and able to get the deflection there, trying to force the pass to Thomas. 3-pointer on the way from Handy is off, and rebound by Derek Thomas II.
Looked good coming off his hands, just an unlucky bounce there.
Trey Duncan, no good for him. Rebound to Upchurch, and back the other way they go. Quick pace. Charleston is blocked by Williams.
How about that? The smallest guy on the court potentially with the block there.
Williams, outlet pass, and out of play as the lead pass from Thomas was a little too high for Taekwon. Watt with 5 early points. Sullivan with 5 early points. In the game for the first time, Harry Scully, also Anthony Chin and Stanley Inyekwe also in. So some substitutions early on for Post.
Yeah, Post isn't going to make it easy for Bridgeport to bring the ball up the court.
Scully on Upchurch, freshman on freshman. Tyson is going to give it up, and Charleston is going to knock it down.
Charleston having some huge impact plays now on the defensive end and with that 3 ball there. I'll be interested to see if we get a whole new 5 coming in soon for Bridgeport.
I think I heard they are going to do this. Now, only one other time I've seen a college team do something like this. That's Westfield State's women's basketball last 10 years. They've been going hockey style, 5 in, 5 out. But that's been after every dead ball, every possession they run that. I wonder if this is a similar scheme or a scheme that's akin to that. Quick 3-pointer on the way. Staples Santos knocks down his second. I think they're actually going to say 2-point shot there, and it's 14-11. Bridgeport with the early lead. Turnover from Scully, going to lead to a quick missed basket, and Charleston going to miss.
Scully tried to make up for it the best he could with that defense. But the way both teams are pressing the ball, I could see turnovers being a key stat to look at throughout this game.
Yeah, right now 3 for Bridgeport, 4 for Post.
Both teams shooting over 50%.
Nyekwe out to Scully. Scully is starting to mature a bit as a freshman guard.
Yeah, Scully's got 14.3 minutes per game. You're definitely going to age a little faster when you get that type of playing time.
Takes the 3 and on cue knocks a big one down. 30-second timeout called by Post. We'll keep it here as we tie things up at 14-14. Both teams really getting whatever they want on offense, both shooting over 50%, and the 3-point ball especially for Post. 4 for 6 knocking down the threes.
Yeah, and they're making our stats team work today with these hockey subs. But one thing I've noticed is just the intensity that these guys are playing with. You know, not all the time do you see early in a basketball game players really fired up, making big shots, big defensive plays. But, you know, you could see kind of the character with these teams. They're playing with a lot of confidence, playing with some chippiness. This one kind of feels like an instant classic in the making.
Yeah, like I was saying, the Westfield State Owls Division III in Westfield, Massachusetts, about an hour from here up north. Andrea Bertini in her 20th season there. The last 10 years they've run what they call the system, which it's 5 in, 5 out. She's taught coaches across the country. I wonder if this is akin to that. So shout out Westfield State, my other employer, as Scully knocks it down. Quick 5 for the freshman.
Scully's really playing well right now. And Post has been able to have a lot of success with this trap and the press.
Yeah. Timeout in the corner is befuddling Bridgeport. We'll take the break. Another 30-second siesta, 16-14. Post in the lead. And between Full-time job, play-by-play opportunities, and teaching my good friend Mike Puglio Spanish. We are back.
Yeah, new word added to the
siesta. What
to
does
the
siesta
vocabulary.
mean?
A little break,
Yeah,
right?
there you go. Yep.
Okay.
Like a small nap, a little break. Yep. We'll get you there. I'll teach you next word, mantequilla. Keep that in the break. Next break, I'll teach you what that means.
All right.
Finally, 11 years of Spanish in school coming in handy. 10 on the shot clock. It's Bridgeport, a whole new 5. Into the corner. Shot from Jordan Miller is open and is good. And they take the lead. Back and forth we go.
With that 3, Bridgeport will be up to just under 50% from the 3-point line.
Again, both teams shooting very well over 50% from the field. Gianni Thompson, he thinks about a 3, and this one will be off. Only the 3rd miss on 7 attempts for the Eagles. And here comes that pressure. Stanley Niekwe, probably one of the best athletes on the floor right now. Him and Thompson have some real bounce.
Yeah, and Bridgeport just needs to settle in on the while they push the ball up the court. Can't have any more of those turnovers.
Scully under the screen. Meets Miller.
Scully using his size there. That's not really what you would
Thompson!
think of there.
No, it's blocked, but a foul. He was thinking Sports Center.
I can't lie, I saw all ball there.
Akinjola is going to get the foul, and I think I agree. I think that was a great contest. Either way, Thompson and his 75% shooting from the free throw line will go.
Those are the 2 athletes you were just talking about, right?
And Thompson just bouncy. And Inyekwe, again, he has the high school high jump record. So first in for Thompson, that ties the game up. Then back and forth. And that one is in. And 2 for 2 for Thompson. Breakaway almost. And it's going to stay here with Bridgeport. Cape Holden has jumped into the game.
That's been the key of the game so far is post intensity on defense.
Yep.
Trying to make it difficult.
Gabe Franklin quickly into the game. Only average about 6 minutes per game. And he's in to match Cape Holden, and vibe for vibe they're going. Here's Sullivan. Again, he quickly lit up the scoreboard for 5 in just a couple of shots.
Yeah, they're going to double here. Shows the impact he has.
Yeah, like we mentioned, about 18 points per game almost coming in. It's eventually going to get shot by Edepaye, who transferred from New Haven in the NE10. Lott gets it into Williams finally. He breaks away on the drag route. Thompson tries to sidestep his defender. Danga Cook gives it up to Zion Lott. Quick snap of the wrist in for 3. And again the lead for Post. 7 lead changes already. Edepaye into a Cook.
Great defense there by a Cook.
Yep.
The hands up.
Thompson will grab the rebound, and then Macanjola will get him on the face. Second time he's fouled Gianni.
That could be another big matchup to watch as far as the paint goes.
Eddie Fisher checking in for the first time. Transfer from St. Michael's. It's a 20 or 21-man roster for Bridgeport, and they'll use most, obviously, there's a minutes disparity through some, but most players will get at least some run. Lott into the paint, left-handed finish. He can't. Edepaye the board. And Edepaye already up to 2. Gabe Franklin finds some space, gets it out. Edepaye thinks of another 3. This one looks nice, but it's out. And Cape Holden with a board.
And it seems like Post isn't terrified of his ability to shoot it from downtown. They kind of left him open for a second there.
Two-man game between a Cook and Williams. Dang makes a move, frees himself up, but a little bit long on the short jumper.
Number 8 with the ball right now. That's John Dash, a freshman. 23.5 minutes per game.
Trap. Sullivan gets out of it. I don't know how, but he did. Franklin thought about it, and that one's up into the shot clock area. Out comes Adepaye. In comes Jaheim Tyson. Tyson was first team All-Region at Monroe Community College before transferring up here from Brooklyn, New York. And Bridgeport already using 2 quick timeouts in the first about 5 minutes of the game. Quan Williams, Trey Duncan, finds some space. No.
Little step back move there by him.
Franklin in the corner. That's nothing but net. Hey, Franklin making the most of his minutes early on. Williams spins out of trouble and gets himself into more of it. Dang with the screen for Duncan. Into the corner. A Cook goes to work, back to the basket, pump fake, out, 10 seconds to shoot. Zion looks. They go one-on-one on Franklin. Take it, make it.
He's hot.
Zion 10 quick as we tie things up again.
10 quick points, but the efficiency is really what stands out.
Eddie Fisher misses from 3 as they're going quick. Both teams are. Lot downhill, and Franklin snatches it. He read it beautifully. The graduate transferring in for Haverford. All-time leader in points in his high school. Sullivan, step back. Oh, boy. This could be a fun one, Mike.
Yeah, and he's talking some trash, too.
I love watching pure scorers go to work.
Nothing like it. And you can tell that Post respects his ability.
A Cook turns and fires.
Just an unlucky bounce. Cook's been taking it one-on-one a lot today.
Dash is prevented from getting to the rim. Trying to get it down low to Tyson. Zay Sullivan.
They're going to let Sullivan go to work here. Post isn't going to let it happen.
Passed up. Duncan gets the errant pass and finishes tough. And again, we tie things up. Quickly, and Dash, just no one picked him up.
Might want to stop ball if you're Post there. That's way too easy.
And they took a fastball right down the middle, strike 1. 27-25. Again, back to lead changes. 8, 4 ties. Williams, middle of the court, gets it out to Deng Cook, who puts the shoulder down. It's in, but wave it off. Offensive foul is Deng. He picks up his second already. And we'll see if that's it, and that will be it for him.
I like his aggressiveness, though, so far. He just hasn't been able to get it to go, but I like the way he's attacking right now.
Yeah, both teams in and out.
You got 4 players in the backcourt for Post.
Fisher is hung up by Scully, who fouls Fisher, prevents the dunk. Fisher misses. Fisher from St. Michael's originally in Worcester, Massachusetts. And Thompson, after that blow to the face earlier, has to have the stuff in his nose to keep him from bleeding, so we'll see that as well.
Scully so composed, taking the ball up the court there. He was on an island.
Here's Thompson. Back rim out, and Nyekwe with it.
Big offensive rebound.
And talking about maturing, Stanley has done great job for his minutes. Starting to hit some threes, starting to play a little bit better defense, and really use that athleticism to his best. Yeah. Thomas Glover.
That right there is what can happen if you leave your feet too early. Thompson realized once it was a little too late.
Bridgeport looking for revenge from their early season matchup, and Posts looking for their get back from the championship game. Bridgeport also faced Post in the men's championship game in soccer this past year, as Bridgeport, in one of the craziest soccer games I ever got a chance to call, pulled up the 4-3 upset of top-seeded Post at home. Scully, nope. And down on this end goes the Purple Knights. And Shin is going to get tabbed for the foul.
Scully shot that with some confidence.
It was 2 for 2 and 1 for 1 from 3 before then. Rebounding about even. Turnovers also about even. Fouls about even. Nothing really separating these two teams. You see only 5 in the scoreboard. Both have hit 5 threes and haven't shot many free throws. Corner for Glover. Upchurch with it. Into the low post. Turnaround jumper. Duncan there to defend. And that's a miss from Jason Handy.
Nice pump fake.
Makes its way over to Scully. Gets the defender to leave his feet.
Oh.
And that's a pretty smart foul by Glover to foul him and then keep him.
Yeah, not sure if they would have given him the bucket there, but almost came up with the score.
And they're going to give him the continuation call there, so they're going to give Scully the free throw opportunity. Doesn't get to the line a whole bunch. I mean, he does. It's not great. 29%, but again, low free throw attempts on the season. And knocks down.
Taquan Williams checks into the game. He's yet to score today. You don't see that too often.
No, you can get hot in a hurry, though. He's only taken 1 shot to miss and 1 assist.
He's been able to penetrate today, but once he's gotten to the paint, it's been really difficult.
Offensive board by Gianni Thompson keeps possession alive. Stanley to the rack. It's down with ferocity.
Miscommunication there by Bridgeport's defense.
There's the high jump record holder jumping out the gym. Again, Nyekwe is really playing with more confidence. His leash is a little bit larger. He'll still only play in spurts, still averaging only about 7 or 8 minutes a game, but it's been impactful. It's been fun to watch the growth in this short time for Nyekwe. Jaheim Tyson, a little jump step and tough hang.
Worked around a little screen there from Thomas Glover.
Good for about 7 and 7 off the bench primarily. He has a couple of spot starts here and there. Watt, oh yeah, silky smooth and gets the Eagles within 2. 4 minutes, 25 seconds left to go. Cody Shalafu and Mike Puglio here. Hey, Sullivan. Goodness. I can't even turn my head that quick.
I know. How about the scoring ability from Zion Lott?
Jess misses one there. 12 points. It's only a second miss.
Yeah, I was going to say Zion Lott and Isaiah Sullivan just so effortless offensively.
Sullivan hits the deck.
Got him.
No foul.
Hail Mary.
Yep. Home run shot to Zion, leaves it short.
Home run, Hail Mary, same outcome, right?
Yeah. Have to start praying a little bit harder, it seems. 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in half number one. It's been an entertaining one. Three-pointer straight away from Upchurch is gone.
Yeah, I think they wanted to get the ball there to Jaheim Tyson. He was matched up on Taquan Williams. Obviously a size advantage there favoring Bridgeport.
Thompson sets the screen for Taquan. Thomas will let it go from three. That's back rims and off the pulley lever, so that's going to be out of play. Yeah, and the women won the first iteration of this game earlier on. Big game for the Post Eagles, and the men trying to follow up with a sweep of Bridgeport. Great play ran as getting free is Dash. Quickly into the corner, and Staples Santos misses his first three.
Yeah, and both of these teams are kind of cold from three now. Bridgeport, one of their last 8. Post, one for their last 5.
Isolation for Sullivan. Enough space, a little wide, and on the offensive glass is Handy. And this is a great rebounding team, second in the country in both rebounds per game and offensive rebounds per game, as well as 37th in rebound margin. They also are 14th in bench points. You can tell why by all the players that are getting in.
I love the way Scully's playing right now.
Yeah, Scully really playing the best. The last couple of games we've seen, he started off slow, but definitely not slow here. We'll be back in a minute. 32-36 as Post takes a full timeout. (36-32), Bridgeport with the lead. They're shooting 47% from the field and Post 44%. Of both teams struggling over the last 5 shots, both shooting just 1 for 5.
Yeah, but Post needs to get back to making some of those 3 balls. You know, they're at 41.7% right now. Missed a few of the last ones, but looking to get back on track.
It's been Zion Lott and Harry Scully. 8 points for Scully.
Yeah, Scully's been incredible. Very efficient. 3 of 4 shooting.
Into the short corner shot by Adepaye is out. Yekwe had a thunderous slam earlier on. See if they can get him into some space to repeat that. He does dive toward the basket. Duncan passes around. 10 to shoot now. Good passing from Post. Into the short corner. Scully for his 11th point. No.
And I doubt we'll see a dunk as wide open as that previous dunk, the way the coaching staff of Bridgeport was letting their players hear it.
And it looks like it's going to be offensive foul as a push from Adepaye. There'll be post possession under the basket, a minute and a half left in an already pretty fun first half. Neither team in much foul trouble, however, 1-and-1's upcoming for Bridgeport next post foul. Duncan, and that's Thomas who just can't get enough on it to zip it back in. And jump ball as Handy almost goes heels up.
And that was about as close as you can get to a score right there. Just left it a tad bit short.
Yeah. Minute left to go. Staples Santos. Kick it to the wing. Sullivan, get your popcorn ready, folks. He's a joy to watch. Thomas had the home run ball earlier, is going to hold it. Thomas down the lane. No one picked him up. And finally, at the end.
Yeah, I thought they could have pushed it there in transition too, but Thomas decided to pass that up.
And it's going to be a legal screen, I think, on Palmer on the handoff to Zay Sullivan.
How about the Jubner Center right now? Good luck finding a seat.
Yeah, it's packed. I'm also extremely jealous of the Bridgeport women's team who has a whole bunch of Jersey Mike subs.
Oh, man.
I always said if I ever get, like, stupid rich, I'm putting a Jersey Mike's in my house like Devontae Adams has a Taco Bell in his house in the commercials. Jersey Mike's, sponsor me. I love them. 26, no tomato. They're going to hold for the final shot. And worst case scenario, Bridgeport hoping to go in with a 4-point lead. They're going to have Handy set the screen and get Nyekwe into the action. They put him on there. Stanley moving his feet well, almost gets the block. That's not going to count. If it goes, it won't go anywhere. Here we go, 36-32, an exciting first half of basketball. We'll be back. Cody Schaffel, Mike Puglio, as last year's CACC championship matchup is living up to that billing. Cody Schaufel, Mike Puglio back here from the Drumner Center. Again, an exquisite second game of our doubleheader that we have on tap today. It's very even, 36-32 Bridgeport, a slight lead, and they've held that lead for about 10 minutes. What have they done to keep that lead and maintain it since the 9:47 mark in that first half, Mike?
Well, they got an incredible player by the name of Isaiah Sullivan, and we saw in that first half he can really just go and get a bucket. I think they need to keep getting him the ball. And on post side, Zion Lott has 12 points, shooting 5 of 8 from the field. It's going to be a battle between those two guys to really see who can be the more efficient and effective scorer. Both teams were scoreless in the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the half, so it'll be interesting to see who can set the tone in the first 4 minutes now going into the second half.
Yeah, like you mentioned in the women's game, those first 4 minutes, very important to kind of set that tone. Both teams are going back and forth, but it's been on the struggle bus for both teams over that last 2-3 minutes of that half. Thank you for that, Mike. Again, Bridgeport has done various substitutions here and there. They've done full platoon shifts. So we'll see.
Like they kind of got away from that, though, at the end of the first half.
They definitely went back into more traditional style of substituting later on. So Post will start with the ball to begin this second half. Down by 4. Duncan trying to make it down by 1. He can't. Zay Sullivan pulls down the board. That is his 4th team lead.
Yeah, although he couldn't get it to go, what a great look by Post to get this thing going.
Adepayi can't finger it home. 36-32. Williams out to Thomas. Thomas to Duncan. Duncan this time lets it go. He's off again. Trey Duncan started off hot and then since cooled down. Only 1-5 now from behind the arc. Sullivan is an and-one mixtape out there. Extends the lead to 6.
So pure and so confident in his game. He's not afraid to show it either.
Well, he's been a little quiet. Didn't get really much run in the end of that half. Finished the first half with 12. A Cook will go from 3. Montequilla from a Cook. Nothing but butter.
Yeah, Cook finally gets that shot to drop.
And another timeout, and I think that's just one left for Bridgeport. Full timeout coming up. We'll take the quick break with you. 38-35 as a Cook gets them closer. So a full timeout, just a minute 30, and I bet you Bridgeport didn't want to use one of their timeouts that early into the half.
Yeah, you never want to use one that early, but ultimately you got to do what you got to do, right?
And the turnovers have been down for both teams, 8 and 6. With Post with a couple more, that's a vast difference, stark difference from what we saw in the first game today, in which Bridgeport's women's team turned over 34 times or so.
Yeah, 34.
They barely beat the press, but they beat it nonetheless. Sullivan, rhythm shot, a little bit short. Derek Thomas II pick up his 6th rebounds.
I love the way Palmer set him up there. He was like, here, you take it.
Yeah.
You're the hot man right now.
Why not? Sullivan, 11 points on 5 of 10 shooting now. Just 1 of 5 from behind the arc. Good jersey matchup. Simple for both teams. Very simple.
Yeah, they contrast each other very well.
Yep.
You got a little bit of that purple for post.
Behind the timeline is Williams. He'll cross it. 20 to shoot for Zion Lott. Danga Cook lets it go from 3, and his 2nd of the half from 3-point land. 6 points.
Cook is hot right now. And prior to his 2 3-pointers, they were 0 for 8, so he's providing them a spark in that area.
And Williams will pick up a cheap one. Some will say that Deng is a cooking.
I like that. Simple but effective.
Sullivan wanted it all. How did he get that to go? Adjusted about 3 different times midair and just taps it home to take the lead again. Post looking for their first lead since halfway through the first. Williams is met on the spin. Thomas turnaround is no good.
Big board.
3-pointer, the lead for Post, 41-40.
And Williams finally gets on the board with that 3.
Yeah, not often are you keeping Daquan Williams scoreless through a full half. So credit to Bridgeport, who did. Dang, 3 for 3? Can only be so hot. Adebayo.
That pass was on the money.
Lays it right in. Lott kicks it. Williams, the Brockton native, answers with another 3. Don't let him get going.
Now it's about time he's gotten some points. It's good to see that for Taquan Williams. Hopefully he can have a big second half.
From the Brockton area, you could probably assume that he's had some run-ins with A.J. DeBansta.
Yeah, possibly. He's been playing great recently.
Yeah, presumed top 3 pick between him, Darren Peterson, and Cam Boozer. Most likely going to be the top 3 in whatever order.
Yeah, unbelievable freshman class.
You also got Koa Pete in there as well. A whole slew of freshmen who are just really playing beyond their years. Now, granted, I've watched maybe 4 minutes of Division I college basketball, but I know the guys.
Yeah, you're more of an NBA guy.
You get this old, and you have work, and you have family, and you have significant others, and you can only watch so many sports. They can only put up with so much of your you-know-what. College basketball kind of. Now, March, I'm all in. I have 4 screens going. I March Madness like it's supposed to be done, but regular season, other than doing this, I haven't really watched much in the last couple of years. That doesn't help that my favorite team, Syracuse, and they haven't really been anything over the last 5-6 years. But I digress. Post hangs on to the lead after the 1 for 2 trip at the line for Bridgeport. Inyekwe tries his luck from 3. That one a little bit off.
A lot of running around screens there on that possession for Post. They were able to get a good look from 3. Just couldn't hit.
Scully gets pushed over. 3-pointer on the way from Jaden Palmer. And tracked down. Scully. And who's it off? They're giving it to Bridgeport as Scully kind of got trapped. Great catch, but right into some danger.
Yeah, I'm looking at that turnover battle. That's going to be key when this game's all said and done.
Oh, what a big man move by Adebayo. As power dribble to the opposite side and finishes up with the left. Williams, they can't get to Nyekwe. He does have it. Taekwon cutting down the rim. Oh, my goodness.
What a great finish there.
Taekwon Williams with a circus shot and a quick 8 for Taekwon. Oh, big boy stuff. It's blocked, but a foul. Gajola is going to be fouled by Nyekwe, but good foul by Stanley. Could have been a highlight after highlight.
Yeah. Plenty of highlights here in the last few minutes. Post made 3 of their last 4 threes. Been able to get it going.
Shidrick. Akinjola missed the first. He's the one who went 1 for 2 a little bit earlier. And whole bunch on, whole bunch off for everybody else.
Yeah, it makes it a little tough for us to see.
Seeing's overrated, I guess. It'll be Jason Handy coming in for the shooter if he were to make. Started his time at Mercy and Quincy, where he was ECC Defensive Player of the Week. 3rd-team All-Conference in his time before Bridgeport.
Yeah, he's another one of these underclassmen that get huge minutes, over 20 minutes per game.
Stanley swings it. Gets over to Anthony Chin, who's getting some more minutes as of late. Kicked out. It's up. It's good.
That's too much space for Taekwon Williams.
Taekwon Williams, 11 in this half.
It'll be 3 for 3 from a three-point land.
Rising, a little short, and Thompson will get the board. And the Drumner is packed to the gills. And a 4-point lead for Posts. Duncan, line drive, can't hit. Chin trying to get in there, but it's going to be pulled down by Tyson. Tyson, who gives me Greg Monroe vibes. Great move and swatted away eventually. Last touch by Bridgeport, and the Purple Knights will make that switch we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, the paint just a little too crowded there on that one.
We'll stay with Bridgeport. I think I said it was post ball, Bridgeport ball. Ian Tyson going to the left, creates some space, but not enough to get a shot off clean. Shovels it out. Corner shot by Upchurch is no good. Lott up ahead. Duncan! 6 points.
Little up and under there.
Ties the largest 2-on-1. And Scully will get the foul quick in transition. As always, Mark Kuntz, very cool, calm, and collected. Foul by Scully, trying to prevent the easy layup. Luckily, a shot didn't get off. As Gabe Charleston will go to the line. All-state, all-conference, as well as a state champ in high school. And they're going to reverse and say that it wasn't a shot, and actually on the floor, kind of the inverse of the Scully free throws, around the same spot in the first half. They come in late on Tyson.
Yeah, Tyson's been trying to work that baseline, hasn't had much success. Gianni Thompson been the primary defender.
Thompson picks up his first personal. No one in true foul trouble.
Thompson with the steal there.
Lot right at the defender, and Handy can't help but let it go. Full timeout. We'll keep it here. Largest lead of the game for the Eagles, 53-45. Let's talk about the coaching staff first for the visiting Purple Knights. It's Kranti Crunch Zanati. His 4th season, looking for his 50th career win if he can pull one off tonight, 49-55. With the champs of last year's CACC, assistant coach at Christian Brothers and Bridgeport before making his return back, was part of 4 conference champions, 8 NCAA championship berths, and a 2010 national finalist with the Purple Knights back in the day. Assistant coach at Indiana, Pennsylvania. They also went to the D2 national championships and played at Lock Haven. Greg Lanston in his 4th season, assistant coach at Florida Southern, played at Southern Connecticut where he was awesome. NE10 player of the year, All-American according to 4 different publications, and there's a 3-time All-NE10 selection. Also played a season in Spain. Sharoy Bentley in his 4th season, and Jerry Washington played at WestCon in his 3rd year. Selected to finish 4th in the CACC preseason poll. They were 9-13 a year ago and lost number 1 Damon in the NCAA East Regional. Returned 12 players from last year, including 7 that got run in that championship team. So a team, we talked about continuity with the women's side and post. A big continuity here with Bridgeport. Sullivan got a warning as he might earn a technical if he keeps the
he's been barking it
yeah.
out.
Intercepted by Duncan, and it's going to be a foul.
Should be on Sullivan now. I thought I saw him get a little wrist on that drive.
Actually couldn't quite see who the foul was. I think 9 they're giving it to, so that's going to be Jason Handy.
Go 3 across, Jason, you're up there. Jason, you're up.
Macanjola has 3 personal fouls for Bridgeport. No one else has over 1. For posts, Cook has 3. Williams and Scully have 2. But pretty much it's been a let-them-play kind of game here. Just 19 combined fouls, 11 for post, 8 for Bridgeport. Sullivan with a 10-point deficit as it's been all posts this half. And Handy again picks up a quick one.
Yeah, 2 early fouls for him.
Yeah, that's 2 right away. Dang and Taekwon will check in as well as just those 2. So it looks like starters out there for posts with 12 and a half left.
Post currently on an 11-0 run in the last 3 minutes and 5 seconds.
Zion getting shifty. Taekwon thought about it, steps it back. 7 to shoot. Duncan, no, he's been ice cold today.
Smart decision to not give Taquan Williams any space.
3 of 12, 1 of 7 for Trey Duncan. John Dash, he's been quiet, just 2 points. Ball's loose. And Zion Lott is going to hit the sideline or the baseline.
And who says basketball isn't a physical sport?
Very physical, very physical.
You don't tackle each other, but some of these collisions, man, full speed.
There'll be Bridgeport sideline out of bounds, or they call slob play. Let's see what they run. Screen for Sullivan. Jab, throws it up, only 1 to shoot. And they're going to say shot clock. Isaiah Sullivan.
Sullivan, one of the 4 players from Bridgeport on this team.
High pointing the ball is Thomas. Wow, shifting gears. Taquan Williams right to the cup.
He's so quick. If you're out of position, he'll beat you in a second. Watch out for the 3. Left him open.
And they were just mentioning it. Wide open for Handy, who picked up a couple fouls, makes up for it for a nice 3-point ball.
Yeah, Post just lost him there in transition.
Eddie Fisher back on the floor for the Purple Knights. Williams loses it, gets it back. He gets hit hard.
Can't argue that one.
Andy and Adepayi kind of collide with Williams, who's down for a second. Adepayi.
Yeah, Taquan Williams took a shot there.
Looks like he's all right. He's a warrior, like you said, physical sport.
Yeah. Tough to argue that call, in my opinion.
No, I think they're saying on the pass, not the shot. I think that's I think they know it's a foul.
Yeah,
but I think it's if it's going to be a shooting foul or not. So they will reward Williams with 2. He knocks down the first, and now he's tied with Zion Lott for the team lead in the game lead of 14. And 15 quick for Taquan Williams after he hits that. So the lead is now 11.
I was going to say watch out for 44, but he was picked up.
Adepayi is... And that's going to be Dang, and that's Dang's 4th. So I talked about with Dang in the post-game interview this weekend and how he's kind of learned to defend without fouling. It's kind of been his Achilles heel, and in the Chestnut Hill game, that's kind of he did that well and got him to a point where he hit a very clutch bucket. Now he's going to have an extended stay on the bench for a little bit, and that was going to call upon Stanley Nyekwe to fill in these minutes.
Yeah, Cook's a huge, impactful player on the defensive end.
Started his career at West Oklahoma State, transferred in, and giving you basically 9.6 rebounds. Shots up, and it is in for Adepayi. Adepayi up to 9. He's just on the cusp of double digits. 12 Purple Knights have scored, and all 13 who have played have taken a shot. Like I said, this is a deep squad. And they play connected. Williams, space, why? Would you leave him that open?
He's a flamethrower tonight.
18 second half points for Taquan Williams. Adepayi working, spinning, and they're going to say jump. His chin got ball at the end there. Yeah, we'll keep it here at Bridgeport. But you can see some frustrations boiling over for the Purple Knights.
Yeah, I mean, you can't give Taquan Williams any space. I understand. I understand the frustrations there.
Upchurch, he's short. He had 4 3-pointers up, none in.
Don't go under! Don't go under!
Chin driving, gain to the rack, and he finishes. Largest lead of the night for Post. They move it up to 14. 5 of their last 6 have gone in. Wow, Bridgeport has missed 6 of their last 7.
Anthony Chin above his points per game total with that bucket.
Glover creating space. And that's me foul on Shin.
Big substitution coming up.
Yep. Back in is Palmer. Back in is Tyson. And a bunch of substitutions as Williams will take a break. So you really got to win these minutes if you're Bridgeport. Try to close this gap while Taquan and his 18 are on the bench.
Yeah. I can't imagine what practice is like for this Bridgeport team with how much depth they have.
Yeah. They can get some real good runs in and really sharpening iron. So it'll be a 1-1, I believe, and they miss it. Scully surveys. Niekwe will get the screen, zips it over. Duncan, fake pass into the three. No, Thompson gets the board.
What a board.
Sky's up. Lot open. Close for business, though. Palmer races up court. Finds Sullivan eventually. He'll get a screen. He's going to go one-on-one. Zay Sullivan. Clamped up. And foul before the shot. And that'll be 1-1 for Zay Sullivan. And again, the foul's piling up a little bit for Post. They're already in the 1-1 with 8:27 left to go. Just 4 fouls for Bridgeport, so they have a few to give still. And that will come in handy if they can keep it that way towards the end of the game if they have to play the foul game.
No, watch number 1. He's going to go in early. Watch number 1. He's going to go in early.
And goes 2 for 2. Zion Lott gives it to Thompson in space. He'll take advantage and knock down the 3 ball. Up to 15. Now the largest lead again.
He shoots 45% from 3. That's incredible.
Very efficient. Add on 75 from the line, almost 50 from the field. It's very efficient, especially for one of your forwards, one of your bigs. Sullivan will eject the screen, go baseline, leaves the ball behind. Post leaves it up. Niekwe can't get it. That would have brought the house down. And that's a good foul by Sullivan because that dunk probably would have brought the house down as well.
Yeah, I want to say that was Sullivan around half court that kind of took a gamble on that steal. Didn't pay off. Fortunately, they didn't give up a bucket there.
Yep, out comes Fisher, out comes Glover, and out comes Sullivan. Thompson feeling it. Almost. Niekwe.
Yeah, that's a tough shot right there.
Post shot kind of sticks on the rim and falls right in for Akinjola. Lott, space, steps in, misses the shot. Niekwe rises up for the board, loose ball, and stay with Post.
He can really get up there.
Yeah, we mentioned it in almost every broadcast, and I've already mentioned it a couple of times before. It's the record in the high jump in high school, and it shows.
That's his 3rd offensive board there.
Duncan is fouled. No, he stepped out. So a turnover as it's a 13-point game with 6:53. Cody Schaufel, Mike Puglio here with you. And been a fun one, Mike, but Post really doing the big damage here and a big drought for Bridgeport scoring the basketball this half.
Yeah, they've just gone a little bit cold. As I say that, they knock it down.
Yep, right on cue. They knock one down. Believe that was Jordan Miller. And back to 10 points. So keeping it in the area. Danga Cook in there, and he has 4.
And with Scully and Williams on the floor, you have great ball handling ability for post.
Thomas has been quiet. Misses it. And the foul will be on Julo, excuse me. And he's still down. And he will be shooting too, I believe. So we'll take a quick break as they work on Shadrach. We'll be back. So, since Trina had to come and get Shadrach Makanjula, he will come off the floor. Mark Kuntz will get to pick the foul shooter, and they will go with Jaheim Tyson.
Nothing more disrespectful in sports than that, right? Call him out and make him go to the line and hit both.
So first we'll make sure that he's okay, and we'll make sure, again, they could have called a timeout and kept him in, but they are low on timeouts due to burning a bunch early in the first and early in the second. Tyson makes him pay, gets the first. And that one's a little more on the money with the miss. In zone defense goes Bridgeport. Back right into man. They switch it. A Cook slips the screen. You got to give credit to Duncan. He has not put the trigger away.
No. 3 of 14 with that shot.
What did Deion Waiters say? Ooh.
Oh, grabbing his head.
That's a hard hit. Got a pie. It might be up on just adrenaline right now. We'll take a look at him because that did not sound great. Someone, myself, has a history of head injuries. It's no pretty sight, so hopefully he's doing okay. That was a hard hit, and that was cranium onto hardwood. First is in. Two in, two out for post. Itapai to make it a 7-point contest. Will make it despite the crowd's best effort.
I was going to say, I'm surprised the crowd doesn't get louder, you know? If you're allowed to scream, why not use that to your advantage?
Williams, fancy handles to get free. Spin into a pass to Thomas, who can't hit the three. Ball's loose, Miller with it. Sullivan calling for it, across the grain. Itapai might have unlocked something with him.
Yeah, leaving him wide open. That cuts it down to 4. We've got a ball game here.
That was 15 not too long ago. Last actually 2.5 minutes to be exact. 8-0 run. Or 11-0 run now for Bridgeport. Purple Knights not going down without a fight. Lott will drive, get bumped, and Miller with the foul. And that should put us into 101.
Yo, they got back. Yo, double gold. We're going 3 across.
Lott makes the first, 75% from him from Waterbury. So not too far from here. Started his career at Harcum. Now transferred over here and is putting together 12 a game. He's up to 15 after that free throw.
Yeah, you look at the free throw disparity. Bridgeport shooting 60% while Post is shooting 87.5.
Adepayi, he has, what's that, 7 in a row?
You look at those missed free throws with 6 left on the board. Bridgeport would have the lead.
Not with Lott still in the game. 3-point in the corner. Timeout. We'll take it. 72-65. Don't go anywhere, folks. It's getting good. Cody Schauf and Mike Puglio here for what's shaping up to be a classic. And Mike, Bridgeport coming back with a huge run, but then the counter punch by Post has them up 7.
Yeah, and Zion Lott shooting 7 of 12 today. You saw that last look before we went to the break. He's on fire.
We'll see what Bridgeport has in them the next 4 minutes. And this is free throws coming up. Oh, they're saying offensive foul.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Double foul.
Arbol means tree in Spanish.
Huh?
Arbol means tree in Spanish.
Yep, there you go. So it's going to stay here, double foul, so that's interesting. Good luck to our friends down there doing the stats. All right, so we resume. 16 to shoot. Sullivan passes up. Adepayi has been on fire as of late. To the rack, spins.
Wow.
Oh, can't get it, but he will be helped with 2 at the line.
Great move to get down there. Using the footwork, the spin move. I wonder what coach is drinking. He's got a little something red there.
Must be good.
Little electrolytes maybe?
4:04. Adepayi, he's going to go to the line. He'll get the first. A Maryland boy who's spent his college career in Connecticut. First at New Haven, next here at Bridgeport. As Deng off, Gianni on.
The Post women's team is starting to make their presence felt in this game from the sideline, getting loud on some of these free throws.
Unaffected, I think is the word we'll use for Bridgeport. Had a friend in high school who played basketball with, averaged 40 points per game in games in which the crowd chanted overrated.
Clearly they were wrong.
Yeah. He was fun to watch. A good friend, Ryan Yankee. Shout out, Ryan. Shout out the Johnston High School Panthers.
Rare miss there from Taquan Williams.
3.5 left to go. That's a big shot and a big rebound. Adepayi. He's been on one. Can't guide it in. And Lott will slow it down a bit. 5-point advantage for Post as we head to the 3-minute mark. Thompson, no. Back the other way go the Purple Knights, and they'll slow it down a bit. Going for efficient offense. Shot is missed. Adepayi is there to clean it up. Duncan getting in there. It's going to stay here. No foul.
Yeah, Adepayi is hot. He's made his last 4 of 5.
So it's Post in the bonus. Next foul, unless it's a shooting foul, will be 1-1. Bridgeport in the double bonus, any foul will be 2. And we'll take a full timeout. We will take it with you. 2:53, 5-point game. Who's win? Well, you have to stay to find out. Cody Shalfo, Mike Puglio here. Like we mentioned right after the break, 5-point game. It's coming down to the wire. Right now, we're looking at foul trouble. Dang Cook at 4. Williams and Duncan on 3. The other side, Ikanjula, who hasn't played a lot with his 3. And then Adepayi with 3 to keep an eye out for there as we get to the later stages of this. Also heard the referee saying it's getting a little chippy. It might be a little bit quicker to call some fouls or calm things down.
Yeah, got to keep the game in check.
Yep. Underrated aspect of the referees is managing those tempers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always a fan of tempers to an extent.
Oh,
you know?
Love a good temper.
Makes the game very entertaining to watch, and it's definitely added to this one today.
Mike Puglio, big temper guy. So it's going to be Miller at the line to shoot. Misses the first. And assisted by our friends over there in the stands. A Cook in.
That's 7 free throws left on the board, too.
And both teams have been pretty efficient. I mean, 11 for 17 isn't terrible. Bridgeport as a team, 68% from the line. Same with Post, and they knocked down the second. So still a 2-possession game. Had a chance to go to 1 possession. Thomas with 15 to shoot. A Cook hands it off to Lott. Lott with 10. Gets the screen. Pulls up. Great defense. Right in his grill, I believe Miller. And it's going to stay here with post, and they'll get 20 on the shot clock. Foul as the hold on Miller. And we'll see. This could be 2, or is it going to be still a 1-on-1?
Yeah, clearly a hold on there, on that play.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if the scoreboard still has to update or if we're there yet. We think as of right now it says 9 fouls, so it should be a 1-on-1. And it looks like it will be by the body language. And Zion makes it a moot point. Zion, 75% from the line, hits that one, makes him 4 for 4. Sub's going to come in. Jaden Palmer in. Out comes Jordan Miller. It was played 8 minutes tonight and has been effective with 7 points and 2 for 2 shooting from behind the arc. Cutting is Sullivan. Dunking is Sullivan.
Much needed bucket there.
2 minutes, 2-possession game.
Sullivan's first in a while.
Yep. Both teams on a little bit of a lull. And to the short corner, a Cook will drive. Nyekwe to Duncan. Duncan buttered up. A Cook is up. And a beautiful 30 seconds of defense by the Purple Knights. Can't do it much better than that, Mike.
No, you got to love that as a coach right there.
That's beautiful
that takes
defense.
Effort, ball rotation.
That Cook just wasn't aware. He kind of caught the grenade from Duncan, who was locked up. Great one-on-one defense by a shifty offensive player. Dash. And this is the man they want with it. The clear out for Sullivan. Goes around Duncan, pokes it free. It will stay here with 12 to shoot.
What a job by Duncan.
Yeah.
Hasn't been his best night offensively, but able to contribute on the defensive end. That's so huge.
Yeah, 6'7" with guard skills. Sullivan. Yes! 1 point game. The biggest bucket of the night brings him to 20. Lot with it. Timeout. I think it's just for substitutions. We'll keep it here.
What a shot on that last possession by Sullivan. When you have to have it, he's delivered on those last few possessions.
So they will call the timeout. We'll keep it here. 74-73. This is a huge possession for Post. Obviously, Williams, all 18 of his in this half. Zion, 21. A lot of that coming in this half. Where do you go with the ball?
Well, Bridgeport has definitely put an emphasis on going under screens with Taquan Williams. I feel like one of these Bridgeport players might be executed if they go under a screen again.
Yeah, I know.
Outside of Taquan Williams, I'd look at Zion Lott. Those are probably the two go-to guys. Get the ball in their hand, and, if the defense gravitates toward them, they can kick it. And, we'll see if one of those shooters is ready.
Yeah. Long walk to Bridgeport if you go under a Taquan Williams screen. We've been right next to the Bridgeport bench. That's been very clear. 74-73, 55.5. Having fun yet, Mike?
Oh, I'm having a great time.
Here we go. They'll lead Williams with it. He will initiate. 25 to shoot as they reach at the shot clock. It will be an isolation for Williams. He'll pick the screen. Back to Thompson. Thought about it. They'll drain some more clock. Williams loses the ball. 10 seconds to shoot. And Dash is going to create the loose ball, and it's going to be a foul on Williams.
That's big-time defense right there. The freshman, John Dash.
So I'll say this kind of actually plays a little bit into Post's favor if you want to be optimistic. Forces the 2 shots, and then you get the ball back unless an offensive rebound.
Yeah.
So you kind of get final say here.
Enough time, though, for Bridgeport to get the final say, too, though. We're really looking at these free throws and then 2 more possessions. That's it.
Yep. Best they can do is tie at the line. If you're Post, you need to box out. .1. The gym is loud. They split. We're tied. Again, Post can probably get the last great shot here.
Yeah, they got the time. They got to use this time unless they get a great look.
Lott, 16 to shoot. Finds it back to Williams. He almost loses it again. Zion. Thompson wants it, drives it, misses it, and foul. That'll be on the floor, and that's going to be on Bridgeport. That's going to be Edepayi. That'll be his 4th. 2 shots. And now Thompson, who's been 2 for 2.
And that's a big-time call given the stakes in this game right now. I don't like that one.
Yeah, I mean, I like the drive by Thompson, but I think I'm with you.
Yeah, I love the drive by Thompson. You're so
but
close
I'm with
to
you with the
finishing.
foul, yeah. It's off. Pressure getting to the graduate. So Bridgeport 1 timeout left.
Bridgeport's got fans here, too.
Yeah, they're not too far away. So they're making it loud. It's in. Post will have the lead. A cook in for defensive purposes.
Yeah, they've been saving him because of those 4 fouls, but you can't save him anymore with 9 seconds left. How about that gutsy free throw?
Oh, it's a big free throw, especially at the miss in the first. You know his heart had to sink. But here we go. 9.2. I think it starts with Sullivan. You work from there. He needs to have the ball in his hands at least once.
Yeah, Sullivan's got 20 points right now, shooting 50% from the field. If it's not Sullivan, it's probably got to be Edepayi.
Yeah, Edepayi has kind of unlocked another level since hitting the floor earlier. 18 and 6 for him, 20 for Sullivan, 5 rebounds. He has shot 8 for 16, and Edepayi 5 for 10. Thompson could be the hero with his free throw. It's put up or shut up time for Posts defending this final possession.
Yeah, and as much as a Bridgeport player has the chance to be a hero with the stop here, how about Post being able to make a defensive play?
Yeah,
They
we'll
could seal
see.
the game.
We shall see.
Comes down to the wire. The margin's so small.
Whatever hype was surrounding this game, the play has exceeded it. 75-74, last hurrah for Bridgeport. Again, any foul, put them at the line. Got to defend without fouling for 9.2 seconds, all Post needs. A Cook, Nyekwe, Lott, Williams, and Duncan on the floor. It's Dash. It's Miller. It's Sullivan, Edepayi, and Tyson. Sullivan walks it up. He's going to take the final shot. It rises, pushed up, no good, no good. Post hangs on at the buzzer for the victory. Sullivan had a decent look. Edepayi almost tapped it in. And what a gutsy win from the Eagles.
Can we get a 7-game series, please?
Yeah, legit.
I could stay here for another 10 hours.
Campus is only so far away. And that's a big, big, big win for Post to move to 8-4 in conference, 9-11 overall. Bridgeport drops to 500 in conference, just a game under.
You look at some of these numbers, too, for how close this game was. 36 rebounds for Bridgeport, 35 for Post, 10 turnovers for Bridgeport, 11 for Post. So those stats that really kind of determine the game, so very even between these two teams.
What an absolute thriller of a match. It was haymakers back and forth, two heavyweights going at it, and I'm sure we should see more of this in March, for sure.
Yeah, I'd love to see this matchup again.
Before we get you out of here, we will have a player interview after this one. It's Holy Family on the docket next for men's basketball, then Felician, Jefferson, Wilmington all at home after that for Bridgeport. They go on the road for a pair against I lied. That's beginning of the season. Home against Jefferson, and then on the road for a few, Georgian Court, Caldwell, and Holy Family. What an evening of basketball, Mike. A beautiful game, and Post, another doubleheader sweep.
Yeah. Doesn't get any better than that,
Doesn't get any better than that. Bridgeport put up a fight. Unfortunately, just too little too late. We'll be back with player interviews. Cody Schaufel, Mike Puglio. We will be back in just a moment. Stay tuned. All right, Cody Schaufel here with Taquan Williams. And Taquan, we got to get to know each other a lot. You're going to be doing a lot of these interviews, but shutout in the first half scoring-wise, but you turned it on to 13 and had 18 in the second half there. It just takes one bucket to get you going. How insane is it to get into kind of that rhythm like that and kind of pull your team up ahead?
It feels good. It feels good to know that I'm able to do that. I think it takes a lot of confidence to be able to do that, to know that you're able to go out and have a shutout half and then come out and, score 18 and a half. I amazed myself too. I didn't expect myself to do that either. I didn't know. I was like, wow.
Well, you definitely amazed us over here in the booth. And again, a gritty team win. This is a team that beat you guys in the championship last year. Mm-hmm. You took care of them at home this year, and now you take care of them here at your home this year. And how nice is it to kind of sweep a team that beat you in such a heartbreaking way last year?
It feels good, 100%. Yeah. That heartbreak loss really got to me last year. It feels good to really, give it to them this year and, shut them out. And, they're a good team. They're a gritty team. It takes a lot of toughness to really beat them. So it felt really good.
All right, man. Well, hey, we'll get you out of here. I'm sure you got to ice up again after just taking all that beating. But, hey, good job, my man.
Thank you.
And back here with Gianni Thompson. Gianni, you're at the free throw line with a chance to win the game. You missed the first one, but you hit the second one. What's going through your mind through those first two free throw attempts there?
Honestly, the first one should have went down. I don't know what's wrong with the rim. But the second one, I spent a lot of time in the gym. And, those are the moments when you determine whether or not, you're there, what you're doing it for. So I'm glad that I made it. I expect to make it. So, yeah.
And you guys are really picking it up, conference play, kind of winding down toward the end. You guys are trying to find kind of where you're going to be seated in the playoffs here. And you guys are really clicking on a lot of different levels. The defense strapped up at the end there. The offense kind of has their moments where they can explode for points. And obviously Taquan's a big reason for that. But how fun is it to know when your team's clicking on all cylinders like that and you guys are just really balling out?
It just takes you back to every good team you've been on. Like, that's kind of what it comes down to, just people playing on the same page. Everybody talking. You make mistakes, but, as long as you recover, you talk with the team, it becomes fun because the other team isn't, processing things as fast as you are. So.
And, again, just take me into the mindset the last, minute there. You guys, it's back and forth. The whole game was kind of back and forth. You guys come back. Yes, take me into that last minute. What's the coach telling you on defense, telling you on offense, and kind of what's the game plan to try to secure that W at home?
Honestly, especially with a team like Bridgeport, it's pretty chaotic. But I think once you pick up on certain patterns, such as their player Zay Sullivan, he had a good game, and we knew they were going to try to get to him. So just making sure we can do things to get them out of their rhythm and disrupt it.
Man of the hour, Gianni Thompson.
Yes,
good job, my friend. Have a fun trip back, and we'll see you this weekend, all right?
Yes, sir.
All righty. So that will do it from here at Post University. To all my friends and my family here at Post, thank you guys so much. Without you, none of this is possible. For you at home, thank you so much for watching us here. 2 wins again for Post here on the basketball doubleheader. A dominant showing for the women and a tight, gritty win for the men here against Bridgeport. We'll see you next time on the road this Saturday, and then a few games back-to-back here at the Drubner. Hope to see you in person and on the interweb. So we'll see you next time. For Cody Schaufel, Mike Buglio, and the rest of our staff here at Post, we thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.